Hey, I'm the foul-mouthed Kaz. You say fuck me, I say fuck you. Today, I'm gonna be giving you my favorite cars to race with on GTA 5 PS3.
First off, for compact cars, my favorite vehicle is the Blista. Now, the Blista has pretty much the same exact stats as the Izzy when they're stock, as you can tell. Let me see. There's that Blista Izzy. They're exactly the same. So, I mean, you can pick from either of those. I prefer the Blista. It is front wheel drive, just like the Izzy. The Rhapsody is a good choice too if you wanted to use it. It's a little heavier. You can knock cars around a little more, has a little more grip, just a little less top speed. But my choice for compact cars is the Blista. Okay, when it comes to motorcycle class, I don't know how to say it, but the Shih Tzu Hakuchou, this is the best motorcycle. It is so fast. If you pull back a wheelie on this thing while you're going, learn the wheelie trick, oh my goodness, this thing will fly. It is amazing how fast this bike is. It is amazing. The second best bike, honestly, is the Akuma. A lot of people use the body, but the second best bike is definitely the Akuma. This was the best bike at one point before they came out with the Hakuchou. But the Akuma was just such a great bike. You can tell it has max acceleration stock, which is phenomenal. This bike is fast. But when it comes to my favorite bike, it's definitely the Hakuchou or Hakuchou. Okay, when it comes to supercars, by far the fastest supercar is the Adder, hands down. I don't care what anyone says. This car is fast as shit. It is not my favorite car though, so that's just one that I have. And it is a very great car for technical racing. It has great traction, so if it came to a real tourney track, I would probably use the Entity. The Osiris, I mean, it's a fast car. It is very fast, don't get me wrong. The only problem with this car, I believe it's way too light. It can get knocked around way too easy. T20 is so fast. Oh my gosh. This would be my either first or second car of choice. I'd say second car of choice. The T20 is phenomenally fast. This thing just flies. It's this thing goes. You will catch up in no time if catch up's on, and you will launch people up in the air if you run full speed into their back end. Turismo, yeah, it's a great technical racing car. It goes with the Entity. I mean, that's either your choice. I think Turismo's a little faster on turns than the Entity. It's just really low to the ground, so you got a real good chance of messing yourself up. This is my favorite car for supercars, the Zentorno. Reason being, the Zentorno is fast, it has great grip, the back end is so heavy, so I mean people have trouble knocking you around. And this car is just a great car all around. It takes a hit in the braking right there, you can tell. When it comes to the T20 and the Turismo, but I mean, the Zentorno is a great, great supercar, and I would recommend you getting it. Okay, when it comes to sports cars, this one is up for debate. I would say my favorite sports car is the custom Massacro. Dubachi Massacro. This car is the fastest, I think, sports car at least, in the game. It still has great traction, great acceleration. I mean, it will fly. This is a great car to have for racing in the sports class. Another one, recently I've been using the Rapid GT. It's actually not a bad car. I will give it its props. You can tell it has a little more grip than the Massacro, and the speed's taken down a little bit. It also has a little more braking. But this is actually a really fast car, surprisingly. If you're playing with ketchup on, the Rapid GT is great, but the Massacro is going to be my car of choice. A lot of people tend to go by the Jester. I know a lot of people that race with the Jester and do very well with it. I don't like it. It does not have more speed than the Massacro. That's a lie, whatever that stat says right there. Um, Carbonizer, it is also a really fast car. It is a lot more loose than the Massacro, and I think that's where it falls behind the Massacro when it comes to performance. So, but the Carbonizer is also another good one. Banshee's a very fast car, surprisingly. The speed doesn't say so, but I mean, this car will fly. It is just so loose. Feltzer's, for turning tracks, and the Kuruma here, I wouldn't use it for racing unless you're just trying to wreck people, but you're not going to catch up with anyone unless you get a slipstream. So the Massacro is going to have to be my car of choice when it comes to sports cars. Okay, when it comes to the sports classic class, I'm going to have to pick the Z-Type. The Z-Type is so fast. It is unbelievable. You need to learn to handle it on turns a little more. You got to slow down and drift those turns, counter steer, whatever you got to do. But the Z Type is the best. I don't care what anyone says. It is pretty much one of my favorite cars in the game. It was one of the best cars in the game when it came back to, I think, Grand Theft Auto 2 or 1. I know my brother's favorite choice is the Bengali. Bengali has a little more traction, it handles a lot better, but it doesn't have that top end speed that the Z Type does. Okay, when it comes to muscle cars, I prefer the Dominator. Now, the Vapid Dominator, it may not say its speed is the fastest, but this is a fast car. I mean, if you were playing with catch up on, this car will catch up all the time. You'll get knocked 20 seconds back and you'll catch up in the next minute or two. So, this is a great, great muscle car. It's only, fallback, I'd say, is the grip on it. It's very loose on the turns, but once you learn to handle it and learn to drift the turns, like this thing will fly around turns. Now, the Custom Gauntlet, that used to be my car of choice. It has a little better grip. They're actually both the same weight, but the Dominator does have a little more speed in the long haul. I believe the Dominator has less drag, which is a hidden stat in GTA that they don't tell you, but the Dominator is faster than the Gauntlet. The Ruiner is also a really, really fast car. It's very light, so it gets knocked around real easy. But if you're playing on, say, the dirt track over the horse track, this is the best one to use if you're using muscle car on that track. It is so fast. And has such low drag, it'll beat any other muscle car. But just a regular straight up race, I'm going to use the Dominator. If it's a slow, real technical race, I'll use the Gauntlet. Alright, the Coupe class. When it comes to my favorite coupe, it comes down between two coupes. The Custom Exemplar, I'd say, is my number one pick when it comes down to a, technical or even fast race. The Dubachi Exemplar just has such great acceleration. It can get up to its top speed faster than almost any other coupe. But, there's a couple other ones. There's a couple other decent ones. The Custom Felon, you could choose it. It has a little tiny more grip than the Exemplar, and it has a little more weight. But for some reason, I feel like it's just not as fast. It just does not catch up. But it's a great car. I mean, you're better off with the Exemplar, I feel. But the Exemplar or the Felon, you'll still do pretty good in races and have a pretty good chance. The Oracle XS, not the other original Oracle. Let me see if you can see the difference. No, you cannot. Okay, but right here, the Oracle XS, I think it's a little better than the regular Oracle. It's a very fast coupe. If you like, a fast, loose car, the Oracle is a good choice for you, but, 10 out of 10 times, I'm going to pick the Exemplar. Alright, when it comes to racing SUVs, by far the best SUV, I don't care what anyone says, is the Enos Huntley. The Enos Huntley is just, it has great acceleration, it has great traction, great top speed. It'll blow all the other SUVs away. And 10 out of 10 times, it'll blow them away. The Brawler before, let me see, this Brawler right here, not the old one, the modern one. It used to be the most OP SUV at a point when GTA first came out, but it is no longer, it doesn't even stand a chance compared to the Huntley. All the other SUVs are pretty much garbage. Don't get this one right here, the Radius. I know a lot of people use it. They'll be like, it's the fastest one, has the top speed, the fastest top speed, whatever. No, don't get it. Its acceleration is way too slow. It'll get blown away by the Enos Huntley. So, yes. Enos Huntley. My favorite car to race with the sedan class is the Benefactor Schafter. Now, the Benefactor Schafter is one of 3 sedans that'll max out acceleration when you give it all the upgrades. The Benefactor Schafter is a great car for making turns. It's pretty heavy. It doesn't get knocked around too easy. It has great grip. It stays on the road, and its top speed is great. So the Benefactor Schafter is my number one choice for sedans all the time. The Custom Glendale, you can tell it has a little more top speed, but you see it takes a shot in the braking and the traction. But it's a decent car. I would not choose it over the Schafter. It gets knocked around a lot easier, and the top speed, I think that's complete BS. I'm pretty sure the Schafter is actually a little bit faster when it comes down to acceleration. The Super Diamond as well. I mean, the Super Diamond has great acceleration on it. It has decent top speed. You can tell the stock is lying to us right now. It doesn't have that much top speed. When you uh, completely trick it out, that's a complete lie. But, you know, it's an okay car. I would not choose it over the Schafter. It is way too loose, and yeah. So, Benefactor Schafter is my favorite sedan.
Unfortunately, that's all I got for you guys today. The Bravada Bison would be the best van you could use. I'm sorry I didn't get any clips of that, but the problem is my router got fried by Tropical Storm Erica, so my ability to stream is going to be a little delayed until I can figure out my situation. But subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Twitch, subscribe on Twitter, whatever else you want to subscribe on, it's all good. I'll be around. I'll be making YouTube videos in the meantime. So thanks for coming by, thanks for watching, and I'm the foul-mouthed Fakaz, and you say fuck me, and I say fuck you. Night, guys.